Today we are at Team Hard HQ where we're going to be chatting with their new driver Glynn Geddie. Tony Gillam's going to be making an appearance. We're going to be talking about saying goodbye to the Volkswagen Passat CC and saying hello to the new Cupras. "2020 is over. We're heading into a new year, a new season, and also a new car, which we'll touch on in a bit. But you're back. You're back for more. You're back for more Team Hard. Why? What's made you come here?"
No, I think speaking to Tony for many a years when he's been in the touring cars, and it was always something that we spoke about and joked about trying to get into, really. And it was actually after the Knock Hill round this year, and there was nobody driving the car. And I think Tony and Barry Horn, who used to manage me in the Porsches, was speaking and joking, and Tony phoned me and said, "Oh, do you want to do a couple of rounds?" And it was it would be nice to dip the toe back in, but what's afterwards? And when he started speaking about the Seats and the Cupra deal happening for 21, it was a no-brainer to basically give it a go at the end of 20 to try and get in the driver's seat for 21.
And you've done it. You're here. This is official. You mentioned that you had a go in Porsches and you've obviously dabbled in quite a few different series. What is it with the touring car series that attracts you, but also gives it that kind of special feeling that you might not get in other series?
I just think it's completely different racing. We did a lot of Porsche racing, we did a lot of GT3 stuff, and we tried to go into touring cars in 2014, I think it was, and with a GT team and with an older car, and it just never worked, as everybody knows really, and as Team Hard know as well. The older the car gets, it's harder and harder to get up to the front of the grid, so we felt that pain in 14. We never did a whole year, and then in 2018 I did last minute 2 rounds as well in an MG. So I think it's just a different style of racing, and the aggression side of it's a good side of it. But if you've got the pace to run up the front, it's definitely a good achievement to try and win one of these or win the championship overall. Yeah,
and that's the thing. It's particularly equipped with a new set of 4 wheels underneath you. I mean, it's anybody's, right? So you've got to feel confident. But what is it particularly about moving into Cupras that you're excited about?
I think with moving into Cupras, the biggest thing and the most exciting part is basically going for the seat fit. Seeing the car build from nothing upwards is going to be the good bit, and being able to tweak it the way that we want to get and feel the car, and especially for the engineers that we'll be working with as well, that we know that it's never been crashed, there's nothing bent, there's no excuse under it. At the end of the day, we need to get it right from the start, and if we get it right from the start, there's no excuse not to be right up there.
We're waving goodbye to the Volkswagen CC. It's done its bit. Yeah. You took it for a spin a couple of times. Spin being the operative word, I guess. But what are you actually going to miss about it?
I think for myself, because it was only the last 2 races, it was obviously nice to be driving it in the last one it's ever going to do in the touring cars. So on that side, but I think from Jack's side of it, probably there's a lot more history behind it with being in it for a few years. So for us, it was a dip in the water, but it was just another car for us, to be honest. It wasn't the most enjoyable 2 weekends, but there was opportunities there that could have made the weekend a lot better, which would have made it a great sending off for the car as well. But we all know in this, especially in an older car in wet conditions, you need a bit of luck behind you as well, which we never had.
You've driven a number of the tracks around the UK, but which one's your favourite? Which one are you looking forward to the most?
I would say Brands GP is the best one, and we never done it in a touring car, oddly enough. The amount of times it's always the last one of the year, and we've never done the last one of the year. And when we did do it in 2020, it was the Indy track instead. So Tony only sold me that after I signed. So that was one of my highlights that I was looking forward to, but obviously it never happened. So we're waiting another 12 months for that. But I think it's got to be Brands GP, and it being the last race of the year, if we're in contention of the championship, that makes it even more exciting. So
yeah. I mean, it's home track for the team, and just elbows out kind of most of the way. So
very ballsy through the back, so it separates a lot of the drivers as well.
Absolutely. And do you think in terms of your style and your approach, how do you think your almost kind of your background to this point, where you have dabbled in quite a few different types of things, do you think that's going to play in your favour?
I think so. It's got to. We've always had a bit of a unfinished business approach to touring cars, so we want to go back in there and try and do the best we can. And we know it's a different driving style with the GT3s. You just can't go near anybody really, and it's very clean racing, or the car's ruined basically. So in the touring cars, you get away with a bit of bumping and scuffling. So I think being able to adapt to that, for me, it's very easy to be able to adapt and basically stick your nose where you maybe wouldn't in other championships. So yeah, I'm excited for it.
And you mentioned that you're bringing a group together to get you and certainly help you get in that car. The thing about Team Hard is it feels, every time we're here at least, a very, very family, and is a very, very, very family orientated team, and as teammates you're very tight knit.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about the fact that you're going to be in amongst a number of different drivers, and how do you feel about your teammates? Are you feeling confident that you're all going to be able to support each other as well as race?
Yeah, definitely. I think the family factor in the team is one of the real selling points for us, and even the little bits that we've been doing prior to this today, you can see what they want behind it and what results that they want and what they want to give to their drivers and different approaches to different businesses and sponsors. So that's good from that side, and I don't think there's anybody else in touring cars that I would say that's a better teammate than Jack. He's been there a long time now, and he's obviously won races as well, so it's good to use him as a benchmark, and you know he's capable of doing it as well, so it's a good drive for me.
Glynn, thank you very, very much for being such a good sport. Best of luck for 2021, and thank you for being on Is It Fast?
No, thank you, appreciate it.